All right, guys, if you're running retargeting ads right now that are only advertising a free trial for your software, you're literally lighting your money on fire. So in this video, we're going to talk about the perfect SaaS retargeting strategy, how to retarget, remarket, however you might refer to it. We're going to talk about exactly what content you need to deliver and when. This will be primarily about Facebook, but you can actually apply this to Google, LinkedIn, even Twitter. You can do retargeting on there, remarketing on there. So that's what you're going to learn right now. And what we were talking about, this is exactly how Maid has grown to over $60,000 a month in recurring revenue, and we're currently growing at 3 to 4K a month. So we've got a very, very nice growth engine in place. And yeah, I mean, the strategies that I'm going to share with you right now are what guarantee that our company is never forgotten by anyone that discovers us one time. So literally, if someone hits zenmaid.com, they will be followed around with relevant advertising for 180 days, and that's only because Facebook doesn't allow us to retarget for longer than 180 days. And if you've ever watched any of these videos, if you are not a maid service owner and you decided to go in to check out my software, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you can go back to your Facebook feed right now and there's a very good chance that a ZenMaid ad is going to be popping up for you in the very, very near future. All right, before we jump into it, please don't forget to subscribe. I am recording this at a time when I have very few subscribers here on YouTube, and every subscriber counts. Anything else you want to say, Fran? No? Okay. Yes, and join my Facebook group, which is the B2B SaaS Founders and Marketers group on Facebook. There will be a link below that in the comments. While you are in the comments right now, quick question for you. Do you refer to what I'm talking about in this video as retargeting or remarketing? Let me know in the comments below, because I would like to know how to label future videos. All right, so what we are talking about today is how to retarget your SaaS leads with perfect content at the right time every single time. So the biggest mistake that I see when it comes to SaaS companies that are retargeting or remarketing on Facebook, on Google, etc., and chances are, well, I know for a fact that you've seen this, but there's a good chance that you've been guilty of it yourself. I was guilty of it as well in the beginning. And so that is running your ads only to your free trial. So if somebody hits your website and is then retargeted by you, what the vast majority of people will do is they'll set up a very lazy campaign of they hit up the site, so I'm going to send them just a free trial campaign. And I personally get those sort of ads for software that I'm already using, which just makes no sense with the basic URL targeting options that you have on Facebook. So that's probably the number one mistake, is just only having one call to action, no matter where the person is in sort of their customer life cycle or customer journey with you. Okay, so that is actually the lowest hanging fruit. There is a perfect time that you do want to just show an ad for a free trial. And so to just take a step back, let's just talk a little bit about the various audiences that you're going to be retargeting and how you're going to identify who those people are. So you're going to have the people that are aware of your brand, but maybe aren't yet interested in your actual product. They have to be aware of your brand or you wouldn't be able to retarget them. Then you have the people that are interested in your software and in your brand, but haven't signed up for a trial yet. You have trial users, and then you have paying customers. And so That's obviously an oversimplified way. There's a lot of different ways that you can actually use retargeting to get in front of people. But those are the 4 basic ways that I'm going to talk about here, okay? And so the customers are the easiest one, that if you have something where you know that everyone that hits, so for ZenMaid it's app.zenmaid.com, we know that if someone hits that URL or any combination with that URL in it, then we know that they're using our software. So they may still be a trial user, they may be a paying customer, but that's the easiest way for us to identify that. And so to those people for ZenMaid, what we do is we show case studies of successful maid service owners that are using our software. And so that kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because anyone that has hit our app, if they're a trial user, they're going to see other successful maid service owners that are using the software that they're now trying out for themselves. And then the same way that you see BMW or Coca-Cola running ads that clearly are not for anyone who's never heard of those brands before, because everyone knows who they are, you can still see that they spend a lot of money on staying top of mind with their current customers. And so for ZenMaid, we actually saw a noticeable decrease in our churn rate when we started showing these case studies to our current customers. And so even though that costs us money and they're already paying us, it's still worth it to do it. That's the simplest thing that you can possibly do. I mean, the second simplest thing would be anyone that hits your marketing site but doesn't hit your app site, and Facebook allows you to do that using the URL retargeting, then you can run a sign up for your free trial ad. Now, to that segment, I would also be running the ad of the case studies so that they're seeing success stories, and then you want to have the actual call to action. Now, where I think that it gets interesting is when you take a step back even from that. So for ZenMaid, because we have a lot of content marketing, a lot of organic marketing that we have going on, other videos on this channel about that if you're interested in how to grow your organic following for your software business. But because we have a lot of that type of content, ZenMaid actually attracts a lot of maid service owners that discover the ZenMaid site or discover us as a company before they actually know that we're a software company. And so what typically happens is that someone will hit a blog post, and in the past, they might be reading a blog post on, let's say, hiring or training or something along those lines for maid services. And then all of a sudden, they go onto Facebook and they're seeing ads for the simplest, like scheduling software for your maid service. Now, granted, that might be relevant to them. Maybe they are looking for software at that time. Maybe they see that ad and go, oh, maybe my software, like my current software, or like using pen and paper isn't actually the best solution. I'm going to check out ZenMaid. That's great. I'm sure that it does get us some people that are essentially low-hanging fruit and their current systems suck. But what we changed to, and this has been immensely effective both for ZenMaid and for the multiple software companies that I've worked with, is using that content for your retargeting. So essentially what happens on ZenMaid is if you hit zenmaid.com, you will see an ad for a trial for only about 2 weeks, because if you came to our site and you were interested in ZenMaid and you kept seeing ads around for trials but you never clicked back, chances are you're not interested in a trial right now. And so what we've started doing is that after 2 weeks, if they haven't come back to our actual website, what we'll do is we'll start retargeting them with content that actually has nothing to do with our software. So again, as an example, that could be hiring and training of cleaners, which is something that our software doesn't really help with, but it's helpful information for any maid service owner, which is of course our target audience. And so what we do is we retarget them with content until they come back to our site. And then recently we've taken it even a step further so that if someone hits the ZenMaid blog, we will only show them other content pieces from the ZenMaid blog so that they begin to know, like, and trust our brand. But we actually don't show them a single software ad until from one of those articles or from joining our email list, they click over to one of our core pages, which would be the ZenMaid homepage, the ZenMaid pricing page, and the ZenMaid demo page, and I guess the ZenMaid sign-up page as well, but they can't really navigate to the sign-up page without seeing those other three first. And then once they hit one of those four core pages, then they will see the call to action to sign up for a trial. And again, that's only until they actually hit app.zenmaid.com, which tells us that they're now either a paying user or a trial user, and then they move into the next section of the funnel. So I feel like that's like a lot to sort of talk about. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on this and on the entire ZenMaid like marketing funnel. Really everything that we are talking about right now with remarketing and retargeting for your SaaS company, really everything that I'm talking about is on Facebook, but in theory you can do this stuff on a lot of other platforms. I mentioned LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Google. You can do a lot of this retargeting stuff. For that stuff, the ZenMaid strategy is we actually, right now we're advertising free trials, which I don't really like, but I'm talking to our team about switching all of that over to content, because to me, I try to use every other channel outside of Facebook to really get people to our website. And once they hit our website, then I use Facebook retargeting to really get people to close from there without needing too many conversations with the ZenMaid sales team. So again, right now, all of our retargeting on other platforms are for a free trial, just for simplicity's sake, but honestly, I'd rather that we change that into like our best lead magnet or our best blog post, or even like the Maid Summit, where we have like 44 talks that are available for $100, but you can watch, I believe it's 2 for free. And so getting some of those up on our LinkedIn retargeting, our Google retargeting, our YouTube retargeting, our Instagram retargeting will probably go a long way for ZenMaid, and I'll definitely report back the results for you guys there. All right, if you are still with us, quickly drop a comment below. I'd asked before, let me know, do you refer to all of the stuff that I'm talking about as retargeting or as remarketing? Because I'm interested to know how I should label future videos. And then make sure to subscribe for more awesome videos like this one. And again, I will be expanding on all of these concepts. Drop a comment below with questions, anything like that, and I'll be happy to respond or to record a video with more clarification going forward. I'm obviously trying to do a lot more videos like this. We do have a couple other videos that are coming out here shortly. I'll be talking about the 3 kinds of marketing that you absolutely must be doing to generate new leads. And so, of course, generating new leads are what allows you to do the retargeting that we've discussed in this very video. So you've got to have, both sides, right? It's very much a chicken and an egg problem. And then, if you have a friend that is already generating traffic for their SaaS business, but they're not managing to actually close people, or they get a lot of traffic, but people just don't seem to remember who they are or ever come back to their website, go ahead and share this video with them, because it'll definitely be helpful for them to stay on their customers' radar. We try to take it to the point with ZenMaid. My goal for literally every single person that hits our website is that you will never forget the ZenMaid name. We have a strong brand, but we also do everything we can to just be everywhere, to the point of annoyance, to be completely honest. My lovely new wife, you guys have seen me playing with the ring right here because this is brand new. She was complaining when we first started dating that she checked out my business and that I followed her around the internet until the end of time. I've heard about people using that as an actual dating strategy. Not going to recommend that, but it's an interesting idea. Oh look, we got a giggle out of her. Let's see. And then the very last thing before we sign off here for today's video is make sure again to join the Facebook group that is linked below. That's B2B SaaS Founders and Marketers on Facebook. I need to work on that naming. And check out the Amazon link below to my book on LinkedIn marketing. That is talking a lot more about sending cold traffic to your site from LinkedIn using a variety of strategies, and I probably should update that book and add in an actual chapter on retargeting and remarketing now that we've had this conversation. So drop a like below, comment below if there's anything else that you would like to hear from me. And Fran, anything else? We good?
We're good.
We're good. All right.